No matter what your rank is in Rocket League, we all make mistakes. But are these mistakes stopping you from climbing the ranks in the game? I mean, who doesn't want to show off their shiny new season rewards to their friends? Hey, I'm Jack. I've played Rocket League since 2016 and I've gained over 5,000 hours of experience playing the game. In this video, I'm going to go through 5 common mistakes that low-ranked Rocket League players make. Let's get into them. Going for boost over the ball. This is probably the most notable mistake I see low-ranked players make. You're dashing back onto defense when you see a big juicy mid-boost spawn perfectly, but then suddenly you realize your teammate has completely overcommitted and your goal is left wide open. Don't get me wrong, having 100 boost in the tank is critical to making plays in the game, but you don't always need to be dashing off to grab the corner boosts. Many lower ranked players don't realize they can still contribute to the game with minimal boost. For example, you can make a save with as little as 12 boost. It's important to utilize the small boost pads available across the field. These will keep you relevant in the next play when attacking and will ensure you're able to make that last minute save if your opponent is approaching your net. Learn the different paths you can take to cross as many small boost pads as possible on the map. 2 paths I like to use to fill my boost are the arch of pads in front of the goals and series of pads between the mid boosts and center of the field. Head into free play and turn off unlimited boost. Then work on passing over as many small boost pads as possible. You'll be surprised to realize how quickly you can fill up your tank by traveling over these pads. Not holding the drift button. Rocket League is a physics-based game and momentum is a critical component to gameplay. You may notice your car completely stop after being bumped by an opponent or landing after an aerial. It's probably because you're not holding down the drift button. The drift button is key to keeping your momentum and being able to recover as quickly as possible. I suggest rebinding your drift button to L1 so you're able to press it as soon as your wheels make contact with the ground again after a bump or aerial. You can also incorporate a half flip into your drift if you are retreating back to defense or trying to position your car to pick up a big boost pad. Hop into free play and practice landing while holding down the drift button to get the hang of it. Not using your second jump. Many lower ranked players don't utilize their second jump as often as they should be. They often wonder why they're being beaten to every aerial, and many times it's because they aren't using their second jump to fast aerial. This is one component of my game I had to practice in my first few hundred hours after watching my opponents literally soar 2 car lengths over my head and scoring many goals on me. Lower ranked players often don't know how to hit the ball with power either. Using your second jump to flip into the ball will give you so much more power. Add an air roll into this and you'll be on your way up the ranks in no time. You've also got 1.5 seconds to use your second jump, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, but actually is and can lead to some very saucy goals. Take the breezy flick for example. Players are still able to use their second jump and execute this difficult mechanic as a result. Lack of game awareness. Lower ranked players often lack game awareness due to the small amount of hours they put into the game. While game awareness isn't a mechanic, it's a fundamental part of gameplay and arguably more important than rotations. But what is game awareness? It's what's happening right in the moment of the game, the position of your teammates, the position of your opponents, your position on the field, if you have possession of the ball, how much boost you have, and so on. Many times in lower ranks, players are leaving the ball to dash back and grab a big boost pad, or deciding they're going to demo an opponent when their teammate has just lost possession of the ball. As many people say, you slowly develop game awareness the more hours you put into the game. One way I tried to improve my game awareness was commentating my own games to map out what I think was going to happen next. Maybe I saw an opponent miss a mid boost, meaning it could be possible to launch an attack. You also start to learn the fundamentals of the game and how to read your opponents. Defensive errors. Defensive errors are one of the most common mistakes lower ranked players make when playing the game. The boost over ball mistake gets mentioned here again. A lot of lower ranked players think they need to get boost before defending their net. Your opponent isn't going to kindly wait for you to return to your net though. Another is deciding to hit or dribble the ball across their goal. While higher ranked players are able to do this due to their ball control, many lower ranked players end up being caught out and getting scored on from putting the ball across their goal. The corners are your best friend in the game. A lot of lower ranked players position themselves directly in the middle of the net. While you can save some shots here, the best position to defend your net is actually in the corner of it. You can save a lot more shots from this position. Take a look at some pro Rocket League gameplay to see how they're positioning themselves in front of goal. Many times you'll notice them in the corners of their goal. Other times, lower ranked players are too focused on staying in their nets and nowhere to be seen down the other side of the field. Unless you want to spend all your life in overtime, you need to be getting that little car of yours down to the other side of the field to score a goal. I will agree, defense does win you games in Rocket League. However, it's very unlikely that you'll have all your opponents push up so closely to get an easy goal over the top of their heads. That's why it's important to get out of your own net and ensure you're there to support your teammates on the attack. Otherwise, your opponents will click on and notice you sitting in your goal all game, and you'll then become a demo target. This will then put a lot of pressure on your teammate to ensure they've got the net covered while you respawn. So there we have it. No Rocket League player is perfect and everyone is bound to stuff up from time to time. If you're still stuck in a lower rank such as silver, gold or platinum, take a look at your save replays to see if you're making any of these mistakes mentioned in today's video. Even just the habit of looking into your own replays will start to show you some of the mistakes you're making on a consistent basis. Many times I watch my own replays and see how many bad habits have actually translated into my gameplay now, and as a result has affected my ability to climb up the ranks. And this is why I've started to take a backseat on playing ranked in Rocket League. I accepted the fact that I wasn't ranking up or improving any further, so I want to utilize my knowledge and the skills that I've learned in my 5,000 hours of the game to educate you lower ranked players to ensure you're rising up the ranked ladder as quickly as possible. Leave a like if you enjoyed today's video and comment down below what you'd like to see on the channel next. Click on the left video if you'd like to learn 3 tips to improve your Rocket League gameplay, or click on the right video to see what I've learned from playing 5,000 hours of Rocket League. I'm Jack, and I'll see you next time. Catch ya.